Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to the fourth film festival that we've done with Argyle Rebel Films. This is the first time we're calling it the Argyle Film Festival. Super proud about that name change. We changed it to Argyle because Argyle is home to me. That's my daughter, by the way. Argyle's home. I went to UNC Chapel Hill. Go Heels, go America. When I was here at school, essentially, I fell in love with making films. I fell in love with storytelling. I fell in love pretty hard. I was a kid who was born in '85. Some of those, that makes me old. Some people think it makes me young. I think it's pretty old. In my time, I was a big fan of John Hughes, Tarantino, Spike Lee, and these guys who really pushed the needle and changed what filmmaking meant. And when I started here in Carolina, we didn't have a bunch of film stuff in my time. We were trying to compete with the school, North Carolina School of the Arts. But it was too hard to get started. Luckily, we persevered and we told stories that we care a lot about. So when I got to the other side, making films, I guaranteed, I met some people who changed my life. Edith Hubbard, Walter, you're here as well. Some Black pioneers, some of the first Black students at Carolina, and they told me, they imbued in me that when you make it to the other side, when life becomes easier for you, you have to bring other people with you. And that's what this festival is. We have an amazing group of artists that are gathered here tonight. Hopefully you know the majority of them. And they're gonna take over the world. And so we're here tonight to celebrate them, to give them a moment, to make this moment shine. Because we believe in them. We believe in the state of North Carolina, and we believe that we have something to say. So without further ado, we're going to celebrate stories tonight. Just a little rundown of what's going to happen very quickly. We're going to kick right into an amazing documentary about an amazing organization called Arts Access. They are a group based out of here in Raleigh. They make art accessible for everyone. So we're going to kick off with that film. Yeah, Arts Access.
Check 1, 2, check.
I hate to be disrespectful as the credits are playing because we all know these are the people who made this movie possible. But let's talk a little bit. Evan, what an amazing film, man. Give it one more time for Evan. You know, one thing I love about this event and events that we do with the Argyle Rebels is that we actually bring the filmmaker with us. We actually talk a little bit about the process. Tell us about how long it took to make the movie, how was the process making it. Tell us about the experience making the film.
Oh man, so the process began in March of 2024, so last year. Got brought in to film an event at Arts Access. They were opening their gallery in Raleigh, and that whole event just went so well, and I saw something and just kind of had a moment where I was like, I feel like we could really do something special here. It's a new gallery that just opened. It's right next to Art Space if you've ever been to Raleigh and done First Fridays out there. It's a really cool event. Man, the process was just a lot of planning, a lot of interviews, and a lot of editing, mostly editing. Probably spent 400 to 500 hours editing. I did it all myself.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an auteur special. I shot, worked on audio, did the lighting, had some help, but in general, did everything, put my heart and soul into it. So.
What is next for you as a filmmaker? Anything big coming up? What do you got?
Man, I don't know. So I work full time at the Durham VA. I'm a photographer and video producer there.
That's awesome.
But outside of that, honestly, I'm just looking for other organizations. Anyone that's interested in their story being told like this. I really have a passion for storytelling and shining lights on organizations that are doing great work and deserve, all the flowers that they're going to get from this. So I want to keep showing this in other festivals around the country, not just the state, and to see where it goes.
I love that. Before I let you go, I just want to shout out Eileen and everyone at Arts Access. I've been working with y'all since I was like a little pup at Playmakers Repertory Company. If you all do not know what they do, this is your first experience, check them out. There's a table outside, lots of information. They come to DPAC all the time where I spend lots of my time. So please support Arts Access. And since they do such an amazing job in the community, one of my favorite partners of all time, which is Rob Maitland and Michelle Stifler over there at Maitland Stifler Law Firm. They gave very generously to this film festival, and what they wanted to do was actually pick out an organization that changes all of our lives to make a giant impact. So you were the first ever recipient of the Maitland and Stifler Law Firm Community Impact.
Whatever they want to do with it, they're going to do the good work.
Yeah, they do. All right, everyone give it one more time for Evan. One of my favorite songs is by a group called AC/DC. It's For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. This is the moment. I gotta tell you, Argyle Rebel Films, besides tripping over stuff, Argyle Rebel Films, we set out, I think back in August, to find 5 of the most talented, breathtaking, daring artists that had something to say. And a lot of them are here tonight. So without further ado, we're about to get into 5 of our favorite films. I believe the first film we have coming up is called, a very interesting title, by students at UNCW. Tommy, where are you, buddy? What's up, Tommy? I started making films again when I was 18 years old. I made a play when I was a senior in high school called Yes and No, the Team Play. And at the time, I was into a lot of, just sarcastic, funny, beer pong humor. And I sat down with my buddy Frank Coker at his house in Chapel Hill where we watched all these films. And this film, man, came on. And I could not stop laughing. And I'm not trying to get you guys ready to laugh, but you should be. It is sophomoric, it is silly, it is stupid, and God, man, it's good. So, without further ado, I give you one of my favorite films. And by the way, remember, this evening is all about the audience choice. We had 5 amazing judges who have watched and reviewed all these films. They've picked their favorite. But at the very end, we're going to give you all the chance to vote for your pick. So starting with this film, keep an eye on what ones you love the most. We're going to pick our first, second, and third, and they'll take home the Argyle Prize. So without further ado, let's get rocking. Tommy boy, will you grace our stage? Let's go.
I like the one that says shuffle.
Want to bring anyone else with you? The entire auditorium comes up to the stage. Sophomoric, silly, hilarious. All right, real quick, why don't you introduce the folks you brought with you?
For one, I'm Tommy Bowers. I was the writer and director of this. I want to get another special round of applause for Martin McGowan, who couldn't be here. He was my co-director, and as well as DC Abu. He couldn't be here either. He helped with a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff and color grading and all that kind of stuff. So this is Edwin right here. He got probably representing this stage, one guy himself. Carlos, best night ever did.
All right, really quickly. I love student films. You wanna know why?
Yeah.
Because my uncle's here, so I'm trying not to use the F word. But that took cojones.
Yeah.
It took skill. That's not easy to do. Has anyone ever made a movie here besides the filmmakers? That ain't easy to do. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes see-through. To write a script and then to follow through to execute.
Yeah, I really stuck to the bit here.
Yeah, you nailed it. Congrats. Clap for these guys. I don't know if you were drunk or high when you wrote it, but the product was great.
It's not, but I wouldn't be surprised if you thought I was.
No, it was great. I loved it. And by the way, when I saw this film, I gave him a call and said, I want you to the film festival.
Yeah.
And I said, I wasn't crazy about the ending. Ending played, so I apologize. You rocked it.
Yeah.
Good job. How long did it take you to make the film? Tell me about some of your experiences.
I wrote the first draft of this back in about November of, I'm currently 21 at the moment, but I wrote the first draft I was 19, I was turning 20 in the next month, so it was like November of 2023, around then. And then I sat on it for a little bit. Basically my writing process when I wrote it is I started out writing just like a skit about an annoying guy with a guitar. And then halfway through writing it, I just came up with the idea of what if he just possesses the girls at the party? And it turns into a horror movie out of nowhere. And then I really committed to that bit after that, and then I kind of came up with a lot of it as I went, but it really worked out, I think. Even the whole devil thing, I came up with that on the spot. I'm like, what if you had some just weird, tragic, backstory for why he's the way he is? He's under a curse.
So I think the title of your film, and why Wonderwall? Why is that the song? I like that song. I grew to that song.
It's not a bad song.
It's definitely not a bad song.
The whole joke is just the song. It's a very, I guess the type of song that someone immediately tries to use to impress someone when they learn on guitar. It's the go-to beginner guitar song to be I know how to play guitar. So that's why I picked that. Stairway to Heaven too, but I think Wonderwall even more so because I did the audio for I'm not that good at guitar, but I did the audio for the Wonderwall riff stuff, and I learned how to do that in 3-4 minutes. It's a very easy riff, and that's the whole joke is it's just very easy to learn how to play, and it's the type of thing that a guy goes to a party, he's I know how to play guitar. So
I've been at those parties.
Yeah.
And thank God for beer pong.
Yeah.
Listen, we gotta keep on running up. Y'all, a couple quick things. Number one, I know you dropped a new film today.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
So where can we see it?
On my YouTube channel, it's Some Pulp, which is I'm a big Sopranos fan, so it's a Sopranos reference if anyone knows that. It's spelled SUMPULP, one word. This film is way different than Wonderwall Guy. It's not really a funny one, but
It's beautiful. You filmed in the snow. Looks amazing.
yeah, definitely took advantage of this whole snow going on. I wrote the script pretty quickly. I came up with the idea. I was just I want to film something in the snow, and then I built a story around that. So
That's the way to do it. Well, y'all, thank you for coming. Thank you for making an amazing film. And I hope that you all get lots of votes. Let's keep it on going. Let's check out Wonderwall now. Thank you, Let's get the party started. Jalen, you're supposed to be up on stage. We'll do that later. You're fine. Eat that popcorn. It's good. Is it good popcorn? Great. Nice. All right. By the way, there are plates back up there if you still want some more Nuvo Taco. And there are plenty of seats up front. Get close to me. I do shower from time to time. All right. The next film is completely different. It's from a company that is amazing. This is supposed to be just North Carolina filmmakers, but we have this place called South Carolina. That has, that's weird. Anyway, we have this place called South Carolina with amazing beaches, and they have amazing beaches movie. It's called Buried. Again, I saw this film. It was actually the first film I watched, and I was surprised by how well it held up. It is beautiful. It is a cinematic masterpiece, and I hope you all flip and enjoy it. Next up, we have Buried. I know Blake was trying to get up here from South Carolina. He actually just finished, he wrapped with Rough House Pictures, who makes Righteous Gemstones. So those are some busy dudes. 19 pictures, no joke. They actually submitted 3 films, and it was hard not to take all 3. They are amazing filmmakers, and they went to, I think both Sean and Blake. Sean was on stage, or was the main actor, and Blake was the director of this piece. I think they both went to UNC School of the Arts. Just, again, super talented, amazing cats, and they're shooting a feature right now. So we wish the very best for them. So, round of applause to. Yeah, we're cooking now. All right. Before we go into a bit of a reprieve, I want to call it an intermission because we're talking during it. But before, we have one more film that is different. You know, I love the fact that we start off with like a college comedy. We move into like an existential black and white on the beaches of Carolina. And now we're going in a completely different direction, and it might make some of y'all cry. So, without further ado, I give you Dear Daughter. Is there a mother I can talk to real quick? A very special mother who didn't just star in her movie and write her movie, but directed it. Vanessa, come on stage. And Victor is an award-winning director. Bravo, my guy, welcome.
Such a
You know,
filmmaker.
sometimes when you're interviewing folks, you ask
Test.
questions like, how'd you come up with that idea? But I think we all can kind of figure that out. But how about this one? What led you to the moment where you said, I'm experiencing this, and I want to share my thoughts with everyone?
Well, I mean, we can tell I'm not a youngster. And I got into acting and filmmaking not that long ago. And I was working with a group of creatives who were all much younger than myself. And we were in a room talking about screenwriting and topics. And one of the topics that came up was about family. And I was just sitting there looking around the room of all these young people. And I had just found out my daughter was going to give me a grandchild. And it just hit me that they don't know that the love that their parents have for them, and that, you know, that you have for your parents when you were younger, that it all changes and morphs over time. And I had to write it. And so I did. One night I got up in the middle of the night and started working on it. And then I sat on it for a while, like you do. And I had worked with Rob on other projects for other filmmaker friends of mine. And I knew I wanted him to help me, and I reached out to him, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. So we did.
We did. Rob, you are a filmmaker of great renown. What was it working on a project that didn't come directly from you, and something that's so incredibly personal for your co-director, writer, and star? What was that process like for you?
Sure. Well, I do love to work on projects that have some sort of social significance. They're meaningful stuff that'll start conversations about the importance of life and community and that sort of thing. And so I just try to infuse what I work on with that. And recently, in recent years, I've definitely done a lot of work with people at their projects where they come to me at their writing. And but this one was particularly special because it's a true story with someone writing their literal reactions to a life event that just happened. So the baby's born, and we're filming this like 2 months later, basically, or a month later, just immediately after. So it's all absolutely organic and immediate and meaningful, and everything you do there when you're speaking to the camera or to the audience is very heartfelt, is absolutely genuine. So sometimes you feel like you just set up the camera properly and then let things happen.
Now, I think it would be ill-advised if I didn't say how, I asked the question how your daughter thinks about being in the film and the film. Like, did she like it? Was she embarrassed of it? Would she never come out in public to see it? Or how does she feel about it? I was kind of curious.
funny you should ask. My daughter she knew I was writing a film, but she didn't read the script. She was in it, you saw her in it. We used her new baby in it. We filmed at her home. She had not read the script. She didn't know anything about it. She just, I lay here, put this on, whatever.
Surprise.
She did. Yeah, it was a total surprise. And the first time that she saw it was the very first time it screened at the Raleigh Film and Arts Festival. And it happened to be her birthday. And she left the baby for the first time with a babysitter, and her husband came and saw it for the first time. And it's funny because this may be the last time it is in a festival. It's kind of completing its festival run, and she's actually here tonight carrying my next grandchild. So on we go. And I noticed her doing this. And what's funny is my son is actually here too. My dreamer is here, and we are working on another film, so.
Clearly, this movie, this film, this story has touched a lot of folks. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it. That's why it's here, and it means the world to us that you chose to potentially end the run with us. And I can't wait to see what's next. So if you're touched by it, keep it in mind, vote for it, see if it wins. Thank you all for coming out. Okay, let's do something a little different real quick. Like I said, I don't know if they're still here or not, but Edith Hubbard, Walter, some of the first Black students that came to Carolina told me that if you're gonna do something, bring people with you. And that's never left me. That's never left me. And in fact, I started Argyle Rebel Films, like officially like in 2016. And I decided to fork over some more money and start another company that's called the North Carolina Filmmaking Initiative. It's a nonprofit corporation, and it is designed to push forward this mission that we're talking about tonight, which is giving folks the ability to tell their story through inclusion, education, and a crap ton of money.
All right.
Now, I can't do everything, despite what, I can't. So I decided to hand the reins over to someone who is so believably competent, someone I've admired my entire life, someone who is so much smarter than me, so much better than me. And quite frankly, the only thing we have in common is the fact that she has my last name, our last name, her last name. So without further ado, I want to hand over the reins to the Executive Director of the North Carolina Filmmaking Initiative, Katina Washington. This is a microphone. You talk in it. Okay, I think you.
You think I can do that? I think you sure? You sure? I don't know. He's 12 years younger than me, but he still tells me. You know? Come on, my little Reagan. All right, so unlike my brother, I'm not going to try and do this from memory or just kind of talk. I actually have this rule. So, you know, I'm going to read this out to you all. But good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you. It's an absolute honor to be here tonight at the Argyle Film Festival, surrounded by such an inspiring community of filmmakers, creators, and storytellers. This evening is not just a celebration of film. It's a celebration of the power of storytelling, of voices that deserve to be heard, and of the creative spirit that makes North Carolina a truly special place for filmmakers. As the newly appointed, begrudgingly, Board Chairman and Acting Executive Director of the North Carolina Filmmaking Initiative, NCFI. Can you guys say that with me? North, there you go. I am incredibly proud to introduce our mission. NCFI is a nonprofit dedicated to supporting emerging, independent, and student filmmakers across the state. We exist to provide the resources, opportunities, and connections needed to help filmmakers bring their stories to life. Through fellowships, grants, and platforms like this festival, we are committed to elevating local voices, celebrating diverse perspectives, and building a thriving filmmaking community right here in North Carolina. Tonight, I have the privilege of recognizing two exceptional talents who embody the spirit of innovation and dedication that NCFI stands for. So first, Peyton Jones. Can you come up? Yay. Thank you. So, I'm gonna jump in here for a second. You're a shining example of the incredible talent we're proud to celebrate. Tonight, Peyton is receiving the Pioneer Fellowship for her groundbreaking work and commitment to innovation in North Carolina, the storytelling community. Peyton, your dedication to pushing creative boundaries inspires us all, and we can't wait to see where your journey takes you.
Speech coming up. Thank you so much, so much. Good evening, everyone. Honored is not even the word that I have to describe how I am feeling tonight. The word pioneer is such a loaded one because it implies so much. It implies that you are the first to do something. It means that you are making advancements that nobody has seen before and that your work has impact. And as somebody who has been telling stories since she was old enough to pick up a pencil, knowing that I was the recipient of this fellowship is reassurance that I'm doing what I was put on this earth to do. And that is a feeling like no other. Storytelling is so important. It's how we bridge people and make connections and provide people with an escape from the world that is currently on fire. And so I'm grateful to Michael and to the North Carolina Filmmaking Initiative for recognizing that and for recognizing me today. I want to encourage everyone in the audience who is like me, who is an aspiring filmmaker still working to, cement themselves in this space that is so vast and so overwhelming. I want to encourage you to continue to tell the stories that are in your heart and keep going because somebody sees you and they believe in you and they want to see what you're capable of. And I want to encourage everybody here, filmmaker or not, to continue to invest in student filmmakers and local filmmakers so that we can continue to usher in this new era of pioneers together. Thank you.
Just for the record, we're giving her $5 grand. I mean, you can donate and make that even more money. So help us out.
Yes, you sure can.
I haven't gotten to that part of my speech.
I'm sorry. $5 grand is passing. Sorry.
It's coming. All right, so next, Nathan Posel. Right here.
He's probably walking. Keep on going.
You want me to keep going? You want me to talk about him, or do you want to? All right. We're going to talk about Nathan. Reagan, you can be Nathan, okay? So Nathan is the recipient of the NCFI Production Grant, a grant that will support Nathan's second film and further his contributions to independent filmmaking in our state. If he was here, imagine he's standing here with me. Nathan, your storytelling continues to captivate and challenge audiences. And we are thrilled to play a role in your next chapter.
So very quickly, Nathan's a tall dude who's around here somewhere. I'll give you a quick story. We showed his film last year at our film festival. Blew me away. I think it was the only student film we showed, which caused a little bit of slight sorry, but it was amazing. It was breathtaking. And I sat down with Nathan in August, and I said, listen, what do you want to do next? And he was like, I want to make another film. I was like, hey, how about we give you some money to do that? And his next film, which I haven't read, because he's so ratty, but it's amazing, and he's amazing, and he's got a team that is going to blow your socks off. Cinematographer, another student from Carolina, amazing. His producer, another Carolina student who she's a rock star, and I'm trying so hard to steal her for Argyle. So if you see Nathan, know he's going to make an amazing film. We're also throwing him a lot of money to make it. So hopefully it'll come down.
All right, so these awards in this festival are reminders of why NCFI exists. To uplift, to support, and to create opportunities for storytellers to thrive. There you go, Michael. But we can't do it alone. To continue building this vibrant filmmaking ecosystem, we need partners, collaborators, and champions of independent film. So as you watch these incredible films tonight, I invite you to consider how you can help us grow this vision, whether through partnership, mentorship, or support. Thank you to Michael. I'm gonna take a minute here off script. Thank you, Michael, first of all, for being the brother that was the bane of my existence for quite some time, but has turned out to be one of the most inspiring, amazing, perfectly wonderful, talented, not just brothers, but man.
Amen.
And I so thank you for all that you are. We love you. So thank you for providing this incredible platform. And congratulations to all the filmmakers whose work is being celebrated tonight. Here's to the power of storytelling and to the future of filmmaking in North Carolina.
She should have been president, but Reagan, I guess you can do it.
I'll be Reagan's campaign manager.
Okay, we're gonna keep on going. I'm so proud of my sister. I'm so proud that we are around amazing leaders, and I'm so proud of the fact that we're gonna kick Hollywood. So I look forward to Tommy's next film. I look forward to everyone's next film. I look forward to doing great things. I look forward to the fact that everyone here in this room, every single one of you is gonna walk out. You're gonna talk about this event. You're gonna talk about how awesome these filmmakers were. And next year, or in October, we do another one. We're gonna have a new round of other filmmakers with the same mission and the same passion. And that's what matters. Okay, so the fest. So Ray, you probably gotta leave the room here soon. The next films. Are there any other kids in here besides the one that I'm ruining? It's about to get a little hot. We got. Yeah, Ray. It's for many reasons. You know, in the year 1990, my big sister took me to go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it wasn't until I was like 12 when I figured out how Shredder actually got killed because she covered my eyes. So Greg, I love you. Get out of here. So we got 2 films before we get this whole thing, at least for the competition part of it. They're a little bit graphic at times. There's some violence. There's some action that led to some of us getting here. Yeah. And you know, listen, it's pretty extreme to the point that I sat down and I watched a film that a brother of mine named Jack made, and I was like, I don't know. That's like the opening shot. You're like, God dang. So this is my warning. I said 13 plus on the Eventbrite page, but you know it's about Uncle Joseph and Aunt Rachel, you good Christian folks. I'm sorry, but I'm warning you. So we're about to have some fun. Now, though I'm warning you and I'm saying all that stuff, and I'm still, if you want to walk out, still saying it, but I will say they're damn great films. And we are very lucky to have them here, and I'm very excited about the filmmakers who are also here. So, let's continue this bad boy. I believe our next film, all the way from Greensboro, North Carolina. A film that, I don't want to overhype, but everyone loves this film. And we got the filmmakers here with us, and I am a huge fan of this. Again, not pushing my vote either way. I actually don't vote. But this film is ridiculous, and it's called Movers. I hope you enjoy it. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Mario Tyrell. Mario, you're here, right? Yeah. It's dark, my guy. I'm sorry. I gotta say, it's always fun, and again, unbiased, not voting here. When the energy in the room changes in a movie, that's pretty cool, man. And your dialogue, try not to curse. Your dialogue is ridiculous. How'd you write? What?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of flowed out of me. That script, you know, we had been, me and Juan, who played Jay, we had been back and forth, you know, trying to figure out how we can condense the script, because it started out as about like a 36 page script that Juan had written, and he hit me up, and you know we had to condense it. So because of our resources, you know, we had to make it shorter and you know, make a short film out of it. And that, yeah, I think it went through like maybe 3 drafts before we actually got to the final draft, and then after that, you know, we kind of shot it. But to answer how I wrote, I don't know how to really answer that question. It was just one night, you know, over a few nights, some of the lines were just kind of coming to me and different things like that. So yeah, I don't really know how else to answer it.
I think I'm a pretty good writer. You know, that was sick. It was so sick. Such a fan. Like, legit, that was amazing. Bowers, don't get upset. I also love your stuff. Michael, right? You produced it? What drew you to the project? What made you want to just say, oh, let's make this movie?
A little backstory about how we got here. Juan and I are childhood friends. So we entered a grant program with Johnny Walker and Black Tag, which is backed by King of Bears. and we were one of the finalists that got picked there. So we got money to produce this film, and we brought on Dre.
How much money was it?
The grant was for $10,000.
Nice.
So, and then just the challenges with COVID and everything really just pushed a lot of the production back and kind of shortened the timeline that we really had to do this. So we really shot this in 2 days. Would you say like 15-hour days? 12, 15-hour days. Yeah, it was a crazy experience, but my first time really diving into film was this experience. So I'm definitely grateful for it, for Dre and Juan. Han, who was the co-lead in the film, he's been on HBO. Juan's also been on multiple movies and everything like that. Brandon, who came in, excuse me, towards the end. So yeah, it was pretty much an all-star cast. Everybody who was involved did an amazing job.
2 days, 10 grand. That's crazy. You all killed it. I don't care who wins this festival. I thought that film was amazing from the moment I watched it. Me and my buddy, Frank, I'm gonna keep on shouting out Frankie, we were blown away. And I would love to throw you all some more money, because I can't wait to see what you do with it. So. We appreciate you. And last thing you want to say to the audience before you jump off here?
Oh, no, I mean, I'm just honored to be here. I'm grateful, great response, and I'm looking forward to seeing, the results. So, thank you.
All right, we're kind of behind. We got to keep on rolling here. But real quick, let's see. Jay Martin, you come to the stage. Jalen, come to the stage real quick. Ankit Gupta is the president of Argyle Rebel Films. Jalen is the vice president. And Jessica is too cool to spend all of her time with us, but is writing a new flick for us. And I just want to say, legitimately, these are the folks that helped curate the film. These are the folks that have taken so much time. These are the folks that make it possible for us to do it. And Jalen's an amazing producer, and Jessica is an amazing writer, and will be directing a project with me this summer. And I just want you all to know that the Argyle Rebel team responsible for all of this. So before we go too far, please give these two a round of applause. And just like I always do, when I compliment you, I need something from you. All right, so we're at that time. If y'all wouldn't mind, we're gonna do what I call, I'm not from the South, but I act like I am. Let's do a reverse offering. We're gonna give you all voting sheets that we're gonna pass out to you all, and a bunch of pens. And after this next film, I want you to write down with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think? With 1 being the one you want to win, 5 being the one. Yeah, it was cool. So if you all wouldn't mind grabbing those, I think they're over there in the corner. Let's start handing them out. And then we're going to move on with our last film. Again, sorry, I'm going to say it one more time. Content warning, but also get ready to laugh. We just saw someone get stabbed. Now we're going to stab you with comedy. Yeah! What can I say about this next film called 11 Blocks? So, it was the last film I watched. Probably the first film submitted, I think, Jack. I think it might have been the first film submitted, besides some documentaries. By the way, we got like a bunch of great documentary films that got submitted. We chose to go in a different direction. We'll probably do another festival down the road with just docs. I love docs. I made a couple of docs myself. Docs are great. But when I'm trying to rock the house and keep you awake, no offense, that wasn't the move. So 11 Blocks. It's Carolina Strong, man. It's got a director, Nathaniel Claridot, who I met when he was getting his MFA at Carolina. He can't be here right now because he's directing a play. That's how baller he is. Jack. The first time I ever saw Jack, I don't know, Jack, if you remember this, man, you're like laying on one of your boyfriend's laps, looking all cute, at a random house in Carrboro, North Carolina. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And what I love about this next piece is that it is 100% real. I'm not going to say which judge this was, but there was a judge who watched this, and this person was like, "Woo, that was a lot," but it was 100% authentic. It's 100% real. And I often say, the thing, even if it's E.T., even if you got like Jurassic Park, crazy stuff, a movie to hit has to be real. And I think this film that you're about to watch, even though it's crazy, it's insane, every left turn, what, up, this movie is real. And I hope you enjoy the heart of it. So without further ado, I give you our final film for the competition, 11 Blocks. So go, 11 Blocks, so go. I messed that title up. Okay, vote. Vote. Do what you didn't do in November. Vote. It wasn't either left or right. So, Jack and Ashley, want to do some drugs? Come on up here. And by drugs, I mean talking about your favorite fossils of Michael Washington. God. Oh my God. University of Nose Candy. Okay. What up? What up?
Hey, North Carolina.
You don't just talk about having an orgy on Tuesday night and not get a clap for it. Come on, man. So yeah, orgy Tuesday night, great line. Also, one of my favorite. Someone made me do a limbo to get that. I was dying. I got a lot. So as like a cisgendered black dude, 185. First time I saw that, I was like, well, okay, all right, we're doing it live. And it came down between you and Wesley loses his penis, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, you should be. Listen. I love that movie so much. I think what makes me love that movie, that film that will be a great TV show one day, is that it's got so much heart. Like if you cannot connect with that moment that two friends are sitting there talking about broken hearts, then you've never lived. And that is what it's all about. Because I think that the fact that you two who wrote it, correct?
Yeah.
Y'all wrote it, and I'm assuming y'all are friends in real life.
Yeah.
All right. You found a way to have this crazy event, but ultimately bring it down to this connecting point between two people who love each other. Talk about writing that process. So talk about the process of writing that and bringing that to life amongst the chaos.
Sure. A big part of it, it all started out just because Jack and I were doing, hi, I'm Ashley, this is Jack.
Hey, Ashley and Jack.
We met through, what's it called?
Improv.
There it is. And will you talk?
I will talk. She has asked me to talk, so I'm going to talk.
Chime in later.
All right. I met her. She was my bartender. And tip your bartender, is that right? And then we did improv together. And we had a fabulous time. And the best parts of the night were riding the one train uptown in New York together. And we said, oh my gosh, we should do something together beyond this because we're done with improv. I think we're done.
Improv was over.
It was so fun,
And we didn't want to
but-
be done together because we had way too much fun, like laughing our asses off the whole way home.
Yeah. And we started doing a few prompts and like literally did 2 prompts and then found our way into this.
Yeah.
And it started as a feature film, and then we were like, wait a second. We're watching Broad City right now, and we
It
love.
started as a sketch comedy first.
Sure.
And then you're like, this has to be a movie because it's so good.
It's so good.
I don't know if you noticed, we're our biggest fans. It's ridiculous.
We love us.
We think we're so
We hope
funny.
you love us too.
We hope we find the right audience someday.
And then it became, we were like, we love these characters who are loosely based on us with higher stakes, of
Very
course.
loosely
All right.
based.
We don't do as many drugs, Mother. All right, my mom's here, my dad's here. Thanks for
Happy
coming.
birthday, Dad, by the
Happy
way.
birthday, Dad.
Happy
And yeah, we were like, we want to turn this into a TV show because we want to see these characters in different situations, and we're not ready to say goodbye to them. So we're like, let's do it. And so then the thing we wrote that was going to be this film ended up being the season finale of season 2 of our show, and then we started writing backwards to get to that point, and then we wrote Beyond. And it's so exciting. I can't wait for it to happen, you know, and this is the first of it. You know, there were people, we had a producer and they were saying, you know, we want to see you two, we want to see your chemistry, we want to see the world that you're building. And we were like, okay, do you want to help us out? So we got a small grant. We did it for $11,000 in 2 days. And this is what we have. And we are so excited to expand on that and to create the show and to give you 3 seasons because you want it. Right? We want it.
I think the biggest thing though is our relationship and the platonic love that we found. And we've always said that we just want to create something that's kind of like that love language to, or no, love letter to
Friendship.
And that ride or die relationship. This keeps evolving. For me personally, there's been so much loss the last few years in my life, and so I think the community and the friendships that we're finding and that we're constantly investing into our lives and the people that we choose to keep in our lives and to keep going, like it takes so much to invest in people outside of your life. Like, I don't have time for you. But when you find one that is just, or find some, if we're lucky enough to, we want more of that. We want to show more of that. My favorite shows are the ones with the friends that you connect with and the people that you see that's just so very real.
Absolutely. You know, when we have to choose each other over and over again, you know, and those friendship, I choose you, pick me, choose me, love me. Grey's Anatomy fans out there? Hey, Shonda Rhimes, are you here? Are you here? Also, I have to give a shout out to my 5th grade bestie, Allison Easley, who's in the audience tonight. Ride or die, baby. And then we gotta get off the stage. Also, go UNC. We're gonna win tomorrow, beat Duke. Okay?
And that's how you garner favor during the voting process. I love you both. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your film. We had a great time.
Thanks to all the Washingtons in the building and everyone at the Argyle Film Festival. Love you.
Okay. Pass your slips to either the left or the right. I'll have people come on down to the aisle and grab them from you. And we're gonna process those real quick and get you a winner. So, hey, Tyler, can you help me? Anyone else from Argyle, can you help me with that? Grabbing all that. Okay. Does anyone love a guy named Riley? Who's here? You've been so patient. You've been so patient. We gotta be a little more patient because he's not the next one, he's the one after that. So we're gonna move to a slightly different version of this. We watched some films. Now we're gonna watch different types of films that have music in them. Just as important, just as amazing. Both of these folks that we're about to show you are Carolina alums, which is very important to us. DeAndre, you're up next. Donnie Dre is your project. He dropped an album this week that I listened to as soon as he texted me. I thought it was amazing. So, without further ado, we're going to get into Hourglass by Donnie Dre. So, the moment, real quick, did everyone turn in their ballots? Are we good? Is anyone else? Good, we're sick. We will announce the winner directly after Riley and the Starlights. Riley is a machine. Riley is a machine. He's an amazing guy. I cannot say enough awesome stuff about the dude. Many of you are here for him right now. So without further ado, I give you his EP, visual album. Can't wait to talk about what's going on. there is nothing more important, in my opinion, than recognizing the work of people who never give up, who take something that is inside of them and put it out for the world to see, and to have your community recognize you for what you did. So please show them your love. We have no more time, but I gotta let you speak. So Riley will go first. If you just wanna say something about the experience, this whole thing, what it means to you, go for it. And then DeAndre, when he's done, will go. And
first of all, thank you all so much for being here. And a big round of applause for Michael Washington. Filmmaking on the map is just unreal. So Michael, thank you. To all the other filmmakers tonight, unbelievable. I laughed, I cried, all the things, amazing. I also just want to say, I'm just overflowing with everyone here supporting. I wrote that last song 13 years ago, just 2 miles down the road. And in that moment, I knew one day I wanted to release this. Life happens, this, that, and the other. But finally, a few years ago, I got the chance to start this process with an amazing group of people, family, friends, musicians. And I just want to say thank you so much. The incredibly talented musicians who made that what it was back here, Corentin, Ryan Miller, and a big shout out to my high school band, Mitchell Weston, all of us here for the first time in 12 years together, and man, what a full circle. I want to thank Stuart Schrader as well, the amazing man behind the camera who made that look way cooler. And lastly, I just want to say to everyone, that was just a couple of kids with a camera on a rooftop in Brooklyn. Anyone can make and create and go and do and try and just thank you so much to my family and friends. Love you so much. Thank you for being here. Shout out, Mom. And Ryan, thank you for putting up with all of my tweaks on those songs. Thank you, love you.
So, first of all, thank you all for watching that. Michael, thank you for throwing this on, having us all here. God bless. I'm happy to be in the presence of people that love to create, and love to listen to the stories that people tell. Similar things to what Riley already said. My video was just a collection of memories that I made with the people that I love, the people that I cherish, and I spend a lot of my time reminding myself that every moment we live defines who we are. What we do now defines our future, and our past has led us to who we are right now. So I always make sure to cherish those moments, cherish the people that I'm around, and like I said, this is one of those moments. Michael's part of those moments. You all are part of those moments, all the people that I've spoken to. It's just been a really great process to go through, and I hope to keep creating in this space. And I want to shout out Chris real quick. Thank you for being in my music video. I grew up with him. I'm on the path of, I hopefully want to be a producer one day. Chris wants to be an actor. So I wanted to bring him into my first music video. So in the future, we can look back on that since we grew up together. He wants to be the next Superman. So I told him, I want everybody to go back to that video when he becomes Superman and know that we called it. Thank you.
I love you both so much. I'm so proud of you. That's why we do what we do. And both of you inspire me so much. Woo! Okay. It's that moment. We got the votes in. Yeah, my daughter wants to say it, and I'm letting up. Okay, can we do it in order real quick? So, here. So, how this goes, first, second, third place. All your cash prizes. Third place, a little bit of money. Second place, a little bit more money. First place, a little bit of money. First place gets the opportunity to sit down with the Argyle team. If we want to make a film together, we might make a film together. But I am, before we even say what's happened, all the filmmakers here, BAMFs. You guys are amazing. You're gonna keep on making films. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna announce is third place. I apologize, 100% my fault. We had awards, I screwed them up, so I will mail them to you. I apologize. Let's act like it's like the Grammys or something. We're gonna mail it out to you, but they're coming. And thank my wife Bria for putting up with me. Okay, so third place. I tell you, I don't want to have like one of those moments. Okay, third place. You gonna say it? Stop. So third place is. You go for it.
All right, very good.
Fourth place goes to 11 blocks to go.
Second place, first runner up. Is that right? Whatever. Second place, I don't know those terms.
Second place,
Nepotism, I'm sorry.
second place goes to Deodon. And finally, fourth place goes to Movers.
Mario Michael.
Thank y'all so much. This means a lot. This means a lot. You know, I want to thank everybody that was a part of it. I want to thank my mother that was here in the back. I want to thank my my lady who actually encouraged me to submit to this. I was not about to submit to this festival, and I'm very glad she encouraged me to do it. You know, I was just nervous about things, and she definitely calmed my nerves and helped me submit to this. So thank you for that. Thank you to everybody that was here that voted for Movers. It was a long journey. It was rough, but I'm glad we were able to show it here. I'm glad we were able to win this award, and I don't know what else to say. Thank you, Mike. I also want to say, Juan, who played Jay, I've known him since 2012. We started at Dick's Sporting Goods together in 2012, and we've been just talking about making movies. For a little while, that was the third film we made together. So all the films I made have been with Juan. He's out in LA right now doing it big. He wasn't able to come out here yet. But also Brandon, who played Mark, the antagonist. He's a UNC grad. He's a UNC MFA grad. I met him in 2019 doing a play called Native Son at Playmakers. And it was, since then I knew I wanted him. I wanted to work with him again, and we finally got an opportunity with Movers, and also Ham. I've known him since 2019 too. So the people that were on this film, you know, we're really good friends. We're great friends, and I think it shined through the camera. So again, I just want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for voting for me. And God
All right, thank you all so much. All right, last award of the evening is what we call the Argyle Rebel Lifetime Achievement Award, which is weird. But when you think about the reason we gave this award out, when this film festival started here on the stage, it was called the Chapel of Black Film Festival in 2022, and I had a film called Save the Dad Bod. My buddy Chris Everett had a film called When We Tongue on Fire, which is an amazing film. Still getting tons of play. And my mentor, a guy who I love so very much, who is working his butt off right now on a stage, his name is Mike Wiley. Mike Wiley he's a great guy, yeah. MFA, UNC dude. Mike is a guy who, when I worked at the Playmakers box office, he was directing a play called Parchment Hour, and I just wanted so badly to reach over that little, thing with all the computers and I wanted to be like Mike. And I really wanted to do what he did. And it's crazy that in life sometimes you do get to meet the people who inspire you. You do get to meet them. And I remember one day, I tell this story often, I was walking around, I saw Mike, and I saw him with this guy who I've only seen in pictures. His name was Rob. And they're like, hey, we're making a film. It's the film we're about to watch. And they're like, you want to be an extra? And I was like, yeah, I don't do slave stuff, but I appreciate you for thinking about me. That joke never hits. But I was so in awe of their process. I was so in awe of how these dudes seemingly had it wasn't a giant budget, but they made these sweeping, awesome narratives, not just docs, but narratives on a super high level. It's incredible. And then I found out it wasn't because Mike was talented or even Rob, it was because there's a guy named Marvin. And he was way more talented than both of them combined. Joking. But this dynamic team has made brilliant, life-affirming, life-changing films that have inspired a generation of us. And I say us because no matter what film I make next, called Highway 86 will be out in the fall. No matter what film I make next, I'm always inspired by Mike, Rob, and Arvin. You guys dazzle me. You make me want to shoot better, which I never will because I'm a lazy filmmaker. But I appreciate your technical prowess. So, as I waste more of your time, I want to bring these two men, Rob and Arvin, to the stage, and I want to honor them in a giant way. So, without further ado, first ever winners of the Argyle Rebel Lifetime Achievement Award. Imagine there's this thing, it's like, look at that, just for you. I'm gonna give you all a moment before we jump into your latest film together.
Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, the Argyle Film Festival. This really turned out great. This is a great crowd. A lot of filmmakers and film lovers here. We feel the energy and the power and all the good stuff. And you all have to stick around for our feature film after this, Box Brown, Box Marked Freedom. We put a lot of love and time and energy. It took 10 plus years to finish. And we're glad to finally have it out the gate. And we're looking forward to having it on a streaming platform near you in the next couple of months. So that'll be an announcement soon to come.
So it's a very uplifting story. It's a period piece, so you're gonna love it not because we did this. It's a very powerful story. It is for us. It was a life-changing journey kind of thing because we're filmmakers trying to make interesting films that people love and like and all of that. And then we had this collaboration with Mike Wiley. Mike Wiley's portfolio of content is just incredible. So they're very well researched content that are powerful, but also very human elements to it, and also involves a lot of historical reenactments. So the movie that we started to collaborate and try on was called Darhy. It is the tragic story of Emmett Till. And we did that as a collaboration. And sure enough, this film went around the world. I literally will say it's hundreds of awards. And it's not only a powerful story, but there was a lot of point of view in that movie where Mike had done a well-researched understanding each of the characters around it. Then fast forward, Mike came to us and said, hey, I want to see if we can all collaborate on the next project, which is Henry Box Brown. Talk about it.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's the a true story of Henry Box Brown, an enslaved man who mailed himself to freedom in 1849. And we got to shoot at a lot of historical locations. It was wonderful. Hope Plantation, UNC Old Playmakers, which was actually built in 1851. So it's totally appropriate for the period of time when he might have been doing his speeches after he was free. When he got freedom, he went and spoke at abolitionist crowds, and then eventually had to run to Canada and the UK because the abolition because the fugitive slave law, so they could come and get him even though he was free in the North. So anyway, it's a powerful story. It's a narrative. It's a biopic. We start when he's a boy and kind of take us through the process of showcasing not just kind of the awfulness of slavery, but we really focus in on building community and the love between people, and that I think does get a lot of the focus in films of this nature. So I love that this one really speaks to the heart of people on a personal level of the families that are affected.
And Darhy it's a very tragic story, but this one is very uplifting at the end because there is, that's the best part about this story. There is a big fulfillment of understanding his journey, where he started and where it goes. But all the historic sites in North Carolina, we had opportunity to film at the Hope Plantation, to the Duke Homestead. So all these historic sites opened the doors, welcomed us to film in this. We got amazing wardrobe and costumes. And then the music itself is another topic, which is incredible. It goes from genres from classical symphonic to blues to gospel, and then it goes into hip hop. All that would just blend into a character. So stick around and watch this amazing movie. We're here to answer questions at the end. And Michael, thank you so much for supporting us in our journey. And you are literally bringing us all the opportunity to bring it back home every time, so thank you.
Thank you. We love y'all.
Let's roll this last